10 brain glitches keeping you poor and how billionaires exploit them. Your brain has a net worth of $0, not because you're stupid, but because it's hardwired with 10 devastating glitches that drain your bank account every single day. Wall Street knows about these glitches. Billionaires exploit them. And you're about to discover why you've been losing the money game without even knowing you were playing. I'm going to reveal 10 psychological traps that are scientifically proven to destroy your wealth. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, while the top 1% keep getting richer. This isn't about working harder. It's about rewiring your brain. Let's get into it. Number 10, the spotlight effect. Why you're afraid to invest. Here's the truth bomb. Nobody is watching you as closely as you think. The spotlight effect is your brain's delusion that everyone is judging your every move. You think if you start a business and fail, everyone will remember. You think if you invest in stocks and lose money, people will call you stupid. Here's what actually happens. People are too busy worrying about their own problems to care about yours. The wealth impact. This fear stops you from taking calculated risks. You don't start that side hustle because, what will my friends think? You don't invest because, what if I look dumb? Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos failed with the Fire Phone. Elon Musk almost went bankrupt with Tesla. Warren Buffett has made billion-dollar mistakes. The difference? They knew nobody cares as much as you think they do. Real example. A study from Cornell University found that when someone wore an embarrassing t-shirt, they thought 50% of people noticed. In reality, only 23% did. And a week later, nobody remembered. The millionaire mindset. Rich people understand this. Your reputation recovers faster than your bank account. Take the risk. Make the investment. Start the business. Because in 5 years, nobody will remember your failures, but you'll remember the opportunities you missed. Action step. Next time you hesitate on a financial decision because of what others might think, remember this. They're not thinking about you at all. They're worried about their own spotlight. Number 9, the Dunning-Kruger Effect. Why broke people give financial advice. Ever notice how the people with the least money have the strongest opinions about it? The Dunning-Kruger Effect explains why incompetent people think they're experts. It's a cognitive bias where people with low ability overestimate their competence. The wealth impact. Your broke friend tells you crypto is a scam. Your uncle who's never invested says the stock market is gambling. Your coworker making $40,000 a year lectures you about retirement planning. Here's the reality. People who know the least are the most confident. People who know the most, they're filled with doubt and questions. Real example. A study had people take a test. The bottom 25% of performers thought they scored in the top 60%. They were so incompetent, they couldn't even recognize their incompetence. This happens in finance everywhere. Day traders who just started think they've cracked the market. MLM recruiters believe they've found the secret to wealth. People who read one finance book think they're Warren Buffett. The Billionaire's Secret. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages every single day. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science. Charlie Munger says he's never met a smart person who doesn't read constantly. Why? Because real experts know how much they don't know. The more you learn, the more you realize how complex wealth building actually is. Action step. Stop taking financial advice from broke people. Start learning from people who have the results you want. Read books, take courses, find mentors who've actually built wealth. And remember, if someone guarantees returns or says, it's easy, run the other direction. Real wealth builders know it's hard and never guaranteed. Number 8, the Zeigarnik Effect. Why debt keeps you up at night. Your brain can't forget unfinished business. And that $15,000 credit card balance, it's screaming in your subconscious 24/7. The Zeigarnik Effect discovered that your brain remembers incomplete tasks better than completed ones. That's why unfinished projects haunt you. That's why open loops create stress. The wealth impact. Debt is the ultimate open loop. It drains your mental energy, kills your focus, and destroys your decision-making ability. Science proves this. A Princeton study found that financial stress reduces cognitive capacity by 13 IQ points. That's the difference between average and intellectually impaired. When you're worried about money, you literally can't think straight. Real example. Imagine trying to work on your side hustle while 3 tabs are open in your brain. Tab 1, car payment due Friday. Tab 2, credit card minimum payment. Tab 3, rent coming up next week. You can't focus, you can't create, you can't think strategically. The Zeigarnik Effect is eating your brain power for breakfast. The millionaire solution: close the loops. Wealthy people hate open-ended debt. They either pay it off fast or leverage it strategically for assets that generate income. Dave Ramsey's debt snowball works because of the Zeigarnik Effect. Every debt you close gives your brain relief and mental energy back. The psychology: small wins create momentum. Pay off your smallest debt first. Close that loop. Feel your brain relax. Then attack the next one. Action step: list all your open financial loops right now. Unpaid debts, unfinished budgets, ignored bills, delayed investment decisions. Close one loop this week. Just one. Watch how much mental energy you get back. Bonus truth: the wealthy use the Zeigarnik Effect to their advantage. They create positive open loops. Ongoing businesses, recurring income streams, compound investments. Their brain stays motivated to grow these incomplete systems. You can do the same. Close negative loops, debt. Open positive loops, investments. Number 7, choice paralysis. Why you're not investing yet. Too many options is killing your wealth. Choice paralysis happens when you have so many options that you choose nothing. Your brain freezes, you overthink, and you end up doing absolutely nothing. The wealth impact. There are 3,000 plus stocks on the NYSE, hundreds of ETFs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, 20,000 other cryptos, real estate, bonds, gold, commodities, index funds, mutual funds, hedge funds. So you do nothing. Your money sits in a savings account earning 0.5%, while inflation steals 3 to 5% per year. You're losing money by doing nothing. Real example. A famous study set up 2 jam tasting booths. One had 24 flavors, one had 6 flavors. The booth with 24 flavors? Only 3% of people bought jam. The booth with 6 flavors? 30% bought jam. 10 times more sales with fewer options. This is your investment account. You're standing at the booth with 24 flavors, tasting everything, buying nothing. The billionaire shortcut. Warren Buffett's portfolio? Mostly in 5 to 10 companies he deeply understands. That's it. Peter Thiel? Made most of his billions from one investment, Facebook. The wealthy don't diversify into confusion. They make focused, educated bets. The solution. The 3-option rule. Give yourself only 3 choices. 1. S&P 500 Index Fund. Safe, boring, proven. 2. Total Market Index Fund. Slightly, more aggressive. 3. Target Date Retirement Fund. Completely autopilot. Pick one. Start with $100. Done. Why this works? Perfect is the enemy of good. A good investment today beats a perfect investment never. The best time to invest was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. But you can't do it if you're paralyzed by 10,000 choices. Action step. Stop researching. Stop watching finance YouTube for the perfect stock. Pick one simple index fund. Automate $100 per month. You can always adjust later. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market, but choice paralysis keeps you on the sidelines entirely. Number 6, the frequency illusion. Baader-Meinhof. Why you think the economy is broken. Ever notice how once you learn about something, you see it everywhere? The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, or frequency illusion, is when your brain starts noticing something everywhere after you first learn about it. The wealth impact. You read one article about a recession. Now you see economic collapse everywhere. Suddenly, every news headline screams doom. Your brain thinks, the world is ending. Don't invest. The truth. The information was always there. Your brain is now tuned to notice it. It's like buying a red Toyota and suddenly seeing red Toyotas everywhere. Real example. In 2020, everyone thought the market would crash forever. Don't invest now, they said. People who ignored the noise and invested, they've seen 40 to 60% returns since then. This bias costs you money in two ways. 1. False patterns. You see 3 articles about tech layoffs. Your brain, tech is dead, sell everything. Reality, tech companies are still making billions. 2. Confirmation bias trap. You believe crypto is a scam. You now only notice negative crypto news. You miss Bitcoin going from $3,000 to $60,000. The millionaire defense. Rich people know that news is designed to trigger fear. Fear gets clicks. Clicks make money. Warren Buffett's rule. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. The psychology. When everyone is screaming about market crashes, that's often the best time to invest. When everyone is euphoric about returns, that's when you should be cautious. Action step. Next time you feel like everyone is talking about X, stop and ask, am I noticing this more, or is it actually happening more? What's the data, not the headlines? What would someone who wants my money want me to believe? Pro tip. Follow the smart money, not the loud money. Look at what billionaires are actually buying, not what bloggers are screaming about. Number 5. Anchoring bias. How stores steal your money. The first number you see controls every decision after it. Anchoring bias is when your brain latches on to the first piece of information, the anchor, and judges everything else based on it. The wealth impact. Retailers use this to rob you blind every single day. Real example. You walk into a store, you see a watch. Original price, $500. Sale price, $250. Your brain thinks, I'm saving $250. What a deal. The truth? That watch was never worth $500. The store anchored you to $500, so $250 feels like a bargain. The actual value? Probably $100. This happens everywhere. In real estate, seller lists house at $500,000. You negotiate down to $450,000. You feel like you won. Actual market value? $420,000. In salary negotiations, interviewer, what's your salary expectation? If you say $60,000 first, you anchor low. If they say, this role pays $80,000 to $100,000, they anchor high. First number wins. In investing, you buy a stock at $100, anchor. It drops to $70. You won't sell because it's worth $100. Reality, it's worth whatever the market says today. The billionaire strategy. Rich people ignore anchors. They do independent research. Before negotiating, Warren Buffett calculates exact value. He doesn't care what the asking price is. The psychology. Your brain is lazy. It uses the first number as a reference point instead of doing the hard work of calculating real value. Action step. Before any financial decision, 1. Ignore the first number you see. 2. Research the actual market value independently. 3. Make your offer based on your research. Pro move, reverse the anchor. In negotiations, whoever sets the anchor wins. Buying a car? Don't ask how much. Instead, research the dealer's cost and say, I'll pay X dollars, based on your data. Real-world win. Studies show people who make the first offer in salary negotiations earn 7 to 15% more on average. Stop letting other people's numbers control your decisions. Number 4, sunk cost fallacy. Why you're still in that bad investment. You can't get back money you already lost, but your brain doesn't understand this. The sunk cost fallacy is when you continue investing in something bad just because you've already invested so much. The wealth killer. This fallacy keeps you poor in so many ways. In business, you spent $10,000 on a failed business idea. It's clearly not working, but you keep throwing money at it because I've already invested so much. Result, you lose another $20,000. In stock market, You bought a stock at $100. It's now worth $40. You hold it because I can't sell at a loss. It drops to $20. You've lost 80% instead of 60%. Real example. The Concorde jet. Britain and France kept funding it for decades even though it was clearly unprofitable. Why? Sunk cost fallacy. They had already invested so much they couldn't admit it was a failure. Total losses? Over $20 billion in today's money. This happens to you. Gym membership you don't use but keep paying for. Subscription services you forgot about. College degree you're not using but stayed in because you'd already spent 3 years. Relationship you're not happy in but stayed because of all those years together. The billionaire mindset. Jeff Bezos shuts down projects that aren't working. Instantly. No emotion. No, but we already spent millions. Elon Musk pivoted Tesla multiple times when strategies failed. The psychology. Your brain hates admitting it was wrong. Admitting you made a bad investment feels like failure, so you keep throwing good money after bad money. The truth, past money is gone. It doesn't matter. The only question that matters is, does this make sense moving forward? Action step, the brutal question. For every investment, subscription, or financial commitment, ask, if I were starting from zero today, would I make this same decision? If the answer is no, cut it. Today. Real-world exercise. Check your bank statement right now. Find 3 recurring charges you're keeping because of sunk cost, not because they add value. Cancel them. That's free money. Advanced strategy. Set a kill point before you invest. Number 3, mere exposure effect. Why you buy name brands and stay broke. You like things simply because you've seen them before. The mere exposure effect is one of the most powerful and dangerous psychological tricks corporations use on you. The science. Show someone a Chinese character they don't understand. Show it to them 10 times. Then ask them to rate how much they like it versus a new character. They'll rate the repeated character higher, not because it's better, simply because it's familiar. The wealth impact. This is why marketing budgets are in the billions. Companies aren't trying to convince you their product is better. They're just trying to make it familiar. Real example. Why do you buy Coca-Cola instead of store-brand cola? Blind taste tests prove most people can't tell the difference. Some even prefer the store brand. But you pay double for Coke. Why? Mere exposure effect. You've seen Coke ads 10,000 times in your life. This costs you thousands every year. Name brand clothes. Supreme hoodie, $400. Plain hoodie, $40. Actual difference in quality, maybe $20. Difference in marketing exposure, $340 you're wasting. Technology. Apple iPhone, $1,200. Android equivalent, $500. People buy Apple because it's familiar, not because it's better for their needs. Coffee. Starbucks latte, $6. Home-brewed quality coffee, 50 cents. You're paying $5.50 for a logo you've seen everywhere. The billionaire's secret. Warren Buffett drives a modest car. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same $10 shirt daily. They're not impressed by brand names. They understand the mere exposure effect is a trap. The psychology. Why this is dangerous. Your brain interprets familiarity as safety and quality. But familiarity just means repetition, not superiority. Advertisers know this. That's why Coca-Cola still spends $4 billion on advertising annually. They don't need to convince you it tastes good. They need to keep their logo in your face, so you keep buying it automatically. Action step. Try this experiment for 1 month. Buy generic store brand for everything. Food, toiletries, basic items. Track how much you save. Most people save $200 to $400. Number 2, planning fallacy. Why you'll never be rich. Someday. Everything takes longer and costs more than you think. Always. The planning fallacy is your brain's inability to accurately estimate how long tasks will take or how much they'll cost. The science. Researchers ask students, when will you finish your thesis? Average estimate, 34 days. Actual completion, 56 days. Even when asked for a worst-case scenario estimate, students averaged 49 days. Still wrong. The wealth impact. This is why most businesses fail. This is why most people never start investing. This is why "I'll start saving next year" becomes "I'll start saving next decade." Real examples. In retirement planning, you think, "I'll save $500 per month starting at 30. Reality. You don't consistently save until 40. Cost of 10 years delay. $500,000 plus in lost compound growth. In business, you think, "My side hustle will be profitable in 6 months. Reality. It takes 2 years. Most people quit at month 8 because they hit their mental deadline. In major purchases, you budget $30,000 for a home renovation. Final cost, $47,000. You go into debt because you underestimated. The Sydney Opera House, the ultimate example. Original estimate, $7 million, 4 years. Actual cost, $102 million, 14 years. That's 1,357% over budget and 250% over timeline. The billionaire defense. Elon Musk's strategy. Triple your time estimate. Double your cost estimate. You'll still probably underestimate. Jeff Bezos. We're going to be wildly misunderstood for long periods of time. He plans for things to take longer than expected. The psychology. Your brain is optimistic. It imagines everything going perfectly. No sick days, no unexpected expenses, no mistakes. But reality includes sick days, unexpected expenses, and lots of mistakes. Action step. The 2 times rule. Whatever you think something will cost, double it. Whatever you think something will take, double it. Specific applications. For investing. Don't think, "I'll be a millionaire in 5 years." Think, "I'll build serious wealth in 10 to 15 years. Number 1. The Decoy Effect. How companies force you to spend more. Companies are using a psychological hack to make you spend exactly what they want you to spend. The Decoy Effect is when a third, strategically designed option is added to make one of the other options look like the obvious choice. The classic example. Movie theater popcorn. Small, $3. Medium, $6.50. Large, $7. Nobody buys the medium, but that's the point. The medium makes the large look like an incredible deal. Your brain thinks, "For only 50 cents more than medium, I get way more popcorn." Without the medium, you'd probably buy the small to save money. But with the medium anchor, you buy the large every time. The wealth impact. This trick costs you thousands every year, and you don't even see it happening. Real-world examples. Phone plans. Basic, $30 per month, 5 gigabytes of data. Standard, $70 per month, 20 gigabytes of data. The Decoy. Premium, $80 per month, unlimited data. You think, premium is basically the same price as standard but way better. The truth. You probably only needed the basic plan, but the company made you compare standard and premium, not basic and premium. Software subscriptions. Free. Limited features. Pro. $29 per month. Business. $39 per month. Makes Pro look cheap. Enterprise. $99 per month. Makes business look cheap. Restaurants do this with wine. Cheapest wine. $25. You feel cheap ordering it. Decoy wine, $70. Too expensive. Target wine, $45. Looks reasonable now. Without the $70 bottle, you'd probably order the $25 one. But now you feel like the $45 one is the smart, middle choice. The billionaire awareness. Warren Buffett doesn't compare options given to him. He decides what he wants first, then finds it at the best price. The psychology. Why this works. Your brain loves relative thinking. Instead of asking, "What do I actually need?" you ask, "Which of these 3 is the best deal?" The company controls all 3 options. They're not giving you a fair comparison. Before looking at options, write down, 1. What do I actually need? 2. What's my maximum budget? Then look at options. Ignore the middle choice. It's almost always the decoy. Advanced strategy. If you see 3 options, mentally remove the middle one. Now compare the cheapest and most expensive directly. Ask, is the expensive one really worth double/triple the cheap one? Usually the answer is no. Real-world savings. Let's calculate this. Restaurant wine, save $20 per dinner, 24 dinners per year, equals $480. Coffee, save $2 per day, 260 workdays, equals $480, $520. Phone plan, save $50 per month, times 12 months equals $600. Streaming services, save $15 per month, times 12 months equals $600. 12 months equals $180. Total, $1,780 per year you're losing to the decoy effect. Invested over 30 years at 8%, $201,000. The ultimate truth. Companies hire psychologists to design pricing. They know exactly what you'll pick before you pick it. Your defense. Know what you need before you see the options. So there you have it. 10 brain glitches that have been draining your bank account your entire life. Let's recap the wealth destroyers. 1. Spotlight effect. Stop caring what others think and take calculated risks. 2. Dunning-Kruger. Stop taking advice from broke people. 3. Zeigarnik Effect. Close your debt loops and free your mental energy. 4. Choice paralysis. Pick one simple investment and start today. 5. Frequency illusion. Ignore the noise, follow the data. 6. Anchoring bias. The first number doesn't control you. 7. Sunk cost fallacy. Past money is gone. Make smart decisions moving forward. 8. Mere exposure. Familiar doesn't mean better. Stop paying for logos. 9. Planning fallacy. Double your timelines and costs. You'll still underestimate. 10. Decoy effect. Decide what you need before you see the options. The real secret. The rich aren't smarter than you. They just understand these psychological glitches and refuse to fall for them. Your brain was designed for survival on the African savanna 200,000 years ago. It wasn't designed for credit cards, compound interest, or retirement planning. But now you know the glitches. Now you can reprogram. Your action plan. Pick one glitch from this video, just one. Master it this month. Next month, master another one. In 1 year, you'll have reprogrammed your entire financial brain. The question. 10 years from now, you'll wish you had started today. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let these glitches keep running your financial life on autopilot? Or are you going to take control and build the wealth you deserve? The choice is yours. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe for more psychology-based wealth strategies, and drop a comment telling me which brain glitch has been costing you the most money. Your future millionaire self will thank you. I'll see you in the next one.